Hi, and welcome to the tutorial on how to voluntarily report tonnage of byproducts or organic waste diverted to animal feed. Within the Inspection Tonnage Tax Reporting section of ExtraView, you will see the question, do you want to voluntarily report total diversion of byproducts to animal feed to be collected for organic waste diversion goals set forth by Senate Bill 1383? This section is only for tonnage of byproducts which is not subject to inspection tonnage tax reporting, for example, tonnage which was exported out of state. While you are not required to report and pay for tonnage exported out of California, in this section you may choose to report that tonnage voluntarily. You still will not pay any inspection tonnage tax on exported tonnage. However, voluntary reporting helps the Commercial Feed Regulatory Program quantify total tonnage of byproducts diverted to animal feed from California origin. Your first question may be, what is Senate Bill 1383? Among many other goals, Senate Bill 1383 set forth a 75% reduction of organic waste disposal from 2014 levels by the year 2025. The agency which oversees this progress is CalRecycle. The Environmental Protection Agency acknowledges that feeding animals is the next best use for food waste after feeding humans. The Commercial Feed Regulatory Program created this reporting option in ExtraView by request of the California feed industry to have a system in place to more accurately track all tonnage of byproducts, also known as organic waste, which is fed to animals. Throughout this video, the terms organic waste and byproducts may be used interchangeably. So what is the difference? Organic waste is a broad term that is used in Senate Bill 1383 to describe various discarded plant and animal material. Organic waste, which is safe and suitable for use in animal feed, are commonly considered byproducts. In what cases would you use this voluntary reporting section? First, the tonnage is only for byproducts which originated in California. This would not apply to imported byproducts such as canola meal from Canada or cottonseed from Arizona. Next, the tonnage must be something that is exempt from inspection tonnage tax because all the non-exempt tonnage is already captured in our normal tonnage report form. This includes the tonnage of byproducts which are further manufactured into a feed. These aren't captured in regular reporting because they're just a part of a mixed feed. This also included any tonnage diverted out of state or country, fed to one's own animals, diverted to pet food, or donated or given away at no cost. This section should not be used to report tonnage which is subject to inspection tonnage tax. This is all tonnage of commercial feed, excluding pet food, that is distributed to a consumer buyer in California. There is no reason to double report tonnage which is already included in regular tonnage tax reporting. This also should not include tonnage which is diverted to another manufacturer since they are not the end user, or tonnage which is imported into California from another state, or tonnage which is diverted to uses other than animal feed such as fertilizer or compost. This decision tree is available in our published guide available on the website or through the link in the ExtraView database. You notice there are two options in the green boxes, voluntary reporting as an input or voluntary reporting as an output. An input is tonnage of byproducts that originate in California and are brought into the facility. This feature may be used to report tonnage of byproducts which were incorporated into mixed feed. Since the regular tonnage reporting would only capture the total tons of the mixed feed, the tonnage of byproducts used in the mixed feed would not otherwise be captured. This feature allows you to quantify the tonnage of California origin byproducts which were used as an input at your facility. Outputs are byproducts which are distributed from the facility. However, in this case, regular tonnage tax reporting would capture the sale of byproducts. So we only would report these non-taxable tons which were distributed to an end user. In the rest of this video, we will explain how to voluntarily report tonnage in the ExtraView database. To begin, log into the ExtraView database, which can be accessed from the website directly at https:// inspect.cdfa.ca.gov, or through the Commercial Feed Regulatory Program or CFREP webpage. From the CFREP webpage, scroll down to the ExtraView Database button. As you scroll, you will see several other resources regarding licensing and tonnage. Click the button to log in. Remember when entering your login credentials that your user ID is not case sensitive, but your password is case sensitive. There is also a forgot password feature if needed. From your firm's homepage, scroll down to the Mill Assessment Tonnage Tax or Commercial Fertilizer Tonnage Report section. Then, find the row which has the quarter you need to report listed in the period column and states tonnage tax in the record type column. Click the Edit button on the left. This button will appear 1 month prior to the end of the quarter. This opens a page where you will enter your tonnage information. For the purposes of this video, we will say, no, we don't have tonnage to report. To learn about regular tonnage tax reporting, view our other video on how to report inspection tonnage tax. We will select yes to the second question. We do want to voluntarily report tonnage. You may have inputs to report or outputs or both. There are a few scenarios we'll go through. You can click this blue link to view the guide for more help. For the first scenario, we will have 200 tons of almond hulls being sold out of state. The database requires we fill out all sections in red, but for this example, we would not have inputs to enter. So we will place a 0 for inputs and 0 inputs not applicable for city of origin. Type 200 in the outputs, report in tons, section, and almond hulls would fall under the byproduct category of agricultural byproduct, so we will select that option in the dropdown. You can find out what byproduct category your inputs or outputs fall under by viewing the tonnage reporting guide, which you can find here. In the notes section, to help describe the type of output you are dealing in, you can type almond hulls sold out of state. Notice that there is no fees due because this section is not subject to inspection tonnage tax. Now we have an example of a feed manufacturer incorporating byproducts inputs into mixed feed with 0 outputs. Here we have an example for each of the byproduct categories. We have almond hulls used in mixed feed, tomato pumice used in pet food, meat and bone meal used in pet food, and dried distillers grains used in mixed feed from 2 different origins. The key to reporting inputs is that you must include the city of origin and report separately for each origin. For example, if I have 2 different sources of dried distillers grains as inputs, I am reporting those separately, 20 tons from Turlock and 20 tons from Stockton. Note, don't forget to put a 0 under outputs or you won't be able to submit the form. Another scenario is a firm that may have both inputs and outputs to report for a single byproduct. For example, this firm is a solar dryer of tomato pumice. They bring in wet tomato pumice as an input, and they sell dried tomato pumice as an output. The tonnage of inputs and output is different because of the water weight. Again, we enter a new row for each city of origin. For any technical issues with the system, email ffldrsdb@cdfa.ca.gov. However, all other questions related to commercial feed should be addressed to the CFREP at feed_lvstk@cdfa.ca.gov. Please view the next videos to learn how to pay for items in your cart, renew a license, and more.